Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Martine and I am an artist. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about art books that I use for inspiration. You know, those times where I just need a little oomph, I need a little kind of push, a jolt, I need pretty things to look at to get inspired, right? And if you can't get out, I can't get out some days. Like the past week, we just got over a heat wave. It was unbearable to even go outside. You know, times where you just can't get out and need some inspiration, okay? So main books that I want to talk about, and then about 3 books that are not necessarily art books. Well, one of them is, but they're not necessarily art books, but they're inspiring. So let's get started. All right, Start Painting Now by Emily Powell and Sarah Moore. They're pretty popular artists in the UK. They paint, and they're sisters. And their work is just so filled with joy. That's the best word. That's the best way to describe it. It's just pure joy, bold, colorful joy. So they start off the book, you know, talking about, you know, supplies, what paints to use. You know, they go down the whole what's what in supplies, like every art book does. Start off with the supplies, where to start, you know, and then they talk about what inspires them. And they go on about going big, stretching yourself, and, you know, not giving up. And it's, the whole book is just pretty much all inspiration. You know, we have Emily's path to painting, Sarah's creative journey. I think it's really cool that they're sisters and they're both painters. And I feel like they're besties. Like, I don't know them. I know that I follow them on Instagram, but they're sisters and probably besties too. But anyway, let me show you a couple of pages of their work. Oh, I love this. Who painted this? This is one of Emily's. And just going through the page, like, I don't necessarily need to read what they wrote. All I need to do is see pictures. I'm like a little kid in that way. Like, if it doesn't have, if a book doesn't have pictures, like, I'm so uninterested. Unless I'm reading like a novel or a book or something like that. But anything else, does it have pictures? I need pictures. Anyway. So, yeah, look at that. Look at that. And their use of color, they're so fearless in their use of color. You know, the chapter, like I said, on going big. And they just have no fear. But, you know, we look at this and we think, oh my God, like, this work is amazing. But, you know, every artist has their journey. They didn't wake up and start painting this way. It took time. So that's why we need inspiration from each other. We need inspiration from other artists. So books like this, I love. Okay, give me pictures. Not that I don't care about your life or whatever, but I want to see your art. I want to see pictures. So, yeah. So anyway, this book is called Start Painting Now. If you are interested in painting or want to get started painting, as the title says, Start Painting Now, I highly recommend that book, period. Okay. One I have is a collage from a collage artist, and he is a printmaker, Mark Herald, and this is called Herald's workbook. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm very sorry. So he has, obviously, it's called his workbook because it's just a book of his work. No fluff, no fluffy text, you know. I mean, there is text, okay, but not a lot. Okay, this is all pictures. I love it. So yeah, there he is. And this book is awesome. This book is awesome. Okay. So I flagged a few pages of things that I love of his work that I love. Look at that owl. And that's a collage. That's a collage, guys. Yep. Well, most of his work is either collage or some sort of print that he made. Oh yeah. There's another amazing collage. There you go. You can see like he used newspaper in the building. See that up close. And I love these birds. I love that. Like we make birds similarly, because I make my birds similar to that too. And I guess I was drawn to him because I'm drawn to birds and fish, and he works with a lot. He's inspired by nature and animals. So a lot of his work is around that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, so nice. So, and it's like everything is made, like we make our art with our hands, right? But like the tactile nature of collaging and printmaking always fascinates me and always inspires me. So here's a few more spreads from the book. And I tell you, this book has a lot of pictures, okay? You get, it's bang for your buck. All right? I love it because, like I said, give me the pictures, okay? I don't need to know anything else. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And you can see he's a bird guy too. He loves birds. Look at that. Love it. Anyway, this is Mark Herald. I'm just going to say Herald. If I'm saying it wrong, please tell me in the comments. Okay. Tell me how to pronounce it. Okay. Mark Herald's workbook. Nell Blaine. Okay, she's an American painter. Yes, she's American. Yes. I just had to, because I did read about her life, because this book is about her art and her life. Yes, lots of text in here, but the pictures make up for it. Paints still lives. See that? Isn't it beautiful? And she uses bold colors as well. Yeah, and she does landscapes. She's inspired by nature as well. Who isn't inspired by nature? Look at that. Very nice. Okay. Oh, that was what, this was watercolor and pastel. This landscape here, this is watercolor and pastel. And this is oil on canvas. I'm very interested in oil paint. I just don't want to invest the money. I have so much acrylic paints that I'm like, I'm just starting to get the groove for acrylic paint, and I'm like looking at other painters and like, oil paint. One of my best friends, she paints too, and she uses oil. And she said, once you go oil, you'll never go back, because she was like, it's so, you know, if you buy like quality oil paint, it's expensive, and you won't go back. And because it's so buttery smooth and it doesn't dry as quick as acrylic and all of that. And I'm like, I like the fact that acrylic dries quick. I kind of like that. But anyway, getting back to Nell Blaine. Here's another one of her works. And she's just a fabulous painter. I just love her work for some reason, and it speaks to me. Here's one of her watercolor pieces. Another watercolor piece. And another watercolor piece. I just love it. It's so beautiful and quaint, and, you know, like Americana, that look. I love it. Yeah, less spread. So this is actually a book that I got from the library, and I've taken it out before. And recently I took it out again because I just needed some inspo. And this time I think I'm going to take pictures like I have for my camera roll so that I don't have to take it out the library again. All right. The other two books were purchased by me, but the Nell Blaine one is a library book. All right. This was also purchased by me, cut paper pictures, and the author is Clover Robin. Now this is very inspiring for those of us who love collage. Okay, she has literally step-by-step tutorials in the book on how to collage scenes, how to collage leaves and greenery, flower variations. And let me show you a spread of a tutorial. And guys, at the back of the book, guess what? There's collage paper. Here. Like at the back of the book, there's collage. She included some papers. How cool is that? Yeah, there's a bunch. It's like at least 20 pages of collage papers. And yeah, let me go to a tutorial spread so I can show you guys. And you know, like how she shows you how to cut garden flowers like this. Section where she's doing seaside scenes, right? And the next page is where she has instructions on what to do first and second and third, and how you end up with all the pieces and how you can build this scene right here. That's amazing. And the book is filled with things like this, with step-by-step instructions. There's one for mountain scenes, nature scenes, landscape elements, and you could literally recreate what's in this book, you know, cut out the elements using the papers that were included in the back of, that are included in the back of the book. I just love this book. And wait, there's more. There's more that I want to show you. Birds. Okay. Houses. A whole bunch of how to build these different houses. Okay, this book, Cut Paper Pictures, is very good. It's very instrumental. This is a really, really good book. I won't. No, this is not the last book. This book by Michelle Lewis. She's another artist. I don't believe she has a YouTube channel, but I follow her on Substack, and that is how I learned of her book. She has a few other books too, but I love her work with Neocolor 2s specifically. And it's just a book of her floral work with Neocolor 2s, honestly. And it is just so pretty. And one day she posted on her Substack that she was having a 40% off of her books. And I was like, okay, boom. That's all I need to know. 40% off. Yeah, I can get it. That's not breaking my bank. And so it's like her sketchbook spreads of her work with Neocolor 2s. And her color combos, the reason why I got it is because of the color combos that she uses. I think they're so brilliant that, you know, instead of just scrolling through her Instagram, I just was like, let me just get the book and have the book on hand for inspo when I need it. And support her at the same time as an artist, you know? So yeah, this, I love this. This looks so like, ugh, so yummy. I love it. All the textures. And we know how a Neocolor 2, how they give it up on the textures, right? So yeah, look at that. I love that. Yeah, so she's on Substack, Michelle Lewis. I don't know, she has links on her newsletter on her Substack to get her books. Book is an art book. This is a library book. The Fauve Landscape. So the Fauvists, like people like who I'm wearing on my shirt today, Matisse. I love this shirt too. He was part of the Fauvism or Fauvist movement, where they just use colors. Really, they were kind of shunned at first. For him, Matisse, I think it was Cézanne, there were a lot of other artists in that era, in that movement, the Fauvism movement. They used bold colors, and other artists were like Impressionists were like, you know, are you crazy? What are you using those bright ass colors for? But it worked, and it became a whole movement and put them on the map as well. So the Fauve landscapes like this, that's beautiful. This is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. I love this one. This is so beautiful. Oops. Ooh, a bookmark just came out. This is a library book, so you might find some things in between the pages. These Fauvist landscapes are just beautiful. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. Gorge, gorge, gorge. Let's get a closer look. Although there is a lot of text in this book, but there are a lot of pictures as well. Ooh, look at this. Look at that. That's pretty. It's so, like, it's so clean and bold at the same time. Like, I can't take my eyes off of it. My eyes are like going everywhere. So if you're interested in This Era of Art, the Fauve Landscape. That's a book. It's a book I got from the library. Prior me. These two are library books as well, but I've taken these books out before, although I have to return them very soon. I love them. Francis Palmer, Life in the Studio. And this is called, yeah, Life in the Studio, Inspiration and Lessons on Creativity. She is a sculptor. She is just, and it's filled with, you know, her work and things. But it is inspiring for still life artists, for still life art, I should say. Look at the different shapes of the vessels. You know what I mean? That you can take inspiration from. Look at that. Beautiful, gorgeous shapes. Beautiful ideas to paint from. She has recipes in here. You know, and things like that. It's just the pictures for me. It's the pictures. I'm such a big kid when it comes to, she seems like she's like a Martha Stewart type person who's just creative, who just makes things beautiful. Look at that. Look at these pictures. Look at that. I think that could be a painting. Look at this. Inspiration for a still life. Look at that. Beautiful. Again, more inspo for still life. And that's why I got this book out the library, because it just has so many good ideas, so many things that you can look at as an artist and be like, ooh, I want to paint that. I can do something with that. I can paint a vessel that shape and use these flowers or put in this thing. And then, you know, and then you start building a painting off of these beautiful, beautiful pictures. So again, Francis Palmer, Life in the Studio, Inspiration and Lessons on Creativity. Even the cover, look at that. Even the cover. Beautiful. I think I've shown this book on my channel before. This is Still Life by Amber Cresswell Bell. And this is a book of still life artists, basically. And super inspirational. Let's show you some of the doodads here. Some of the pictures. Oh, this is so cute. I like this. So you see there's a profile of the artist and then a few pages after with their work. Love that. All right. I flagged some pages that I specifically wanted to show. This work, this book format. I love that. Still life. So it's just about, you know, giving your eyes some creative, you know, food, feeding your soul with, you know, visual things that, you know, will inspire you, that like make you, you know, want to, oh, and see, when I saw this, I was like, look, it's a bird on a phone, but the phone is on a turtle and the turtle is on a table. When I saw this, because I had started doing my sketches for this, and I didn't even see this. And the first time I took out this book out the library, I did not see that page. And her name is Kate Virgin. And it's so funny because this is an oil on canvas. Gosh, that looks so digitized. Wow. Anyway, it's called smartphone. Smartphone. Okay, so yes, let's look at this again. And knowing that it's called smartphone. Take that in. Anyway, but guys, when I didn't even see this the first time I took out the book. And then what happened? Then I took out the book, and then I was on the bus because I took the bus to the library that day. And I took this book out while I was looking, and I started, because this is like it's not the very beginning. But I was like, how did I miss this? How did I miss this page? And here it was. And I was like, oh, snap. I was like, I kind of sketched something similar. But that just goes to show you that, and I don't know if this sounds bad, but our ideas are not original. We are all inspired by each other. So everything's already been done. Really, when you think about it, it's just a recycling. It's just adding your sauce, your style, your zhuzh to your art, because really everything has already been done. This painting is so freaking nice. Typewriter. Like everyday mundane things, and people paint them to look so beautiful. I love this. I love that, the simplicity of it. I'll show you guys this. Floral is gorge. I have to bring that all the way back so you can see. Look at that. So nice. Yeah, I guess it is an art book. What am I talking about? It is definitely an art book. So the only non-art book really is this Francis Palmer book, which is still very much inspiring. Okay, so those are the books. I ramble, I know. But those are the books that I like to look at for inspiration, for ideas, for color, texture, patterns, all that good stuff that we artists like to feed our eyes with. All right, so if you're new here, I'm going to end the video now. It's over. But if you're new here, please consider subscribing, liking this video, and commenting. Let me know what you thought of the books. And I'll have a list of the books down in the description box. And if you've been here a while, thank you for being here. And I will see you in the next video. Until next time, guys, keep creating. Okay? Bye.